Welcome to episode 7 of the How Is He podcast. As always, joining me my co-host, Popa. This week we'll have a look at the last round of the results and the fixtures. We also have a guest with us this week, a man who played junior soccer with 3 clubs in Carlow, St Killian's, Castle Rangers and Newark. With the latter, Newark, he won a Carlow Cup. Coming off the bench.
He's great. I think there's 4.
4?
Collection?
This is a podcast first. He's after stopping me mid-introduction and telling me there's 4. So we'll go there's 4 and collection, right? But with Newark, he came off the bench and scored in extra time to put Newark 2-1 up, and they went on to win the Carlow Cup. That was in 94. In 95, he took the referee's course and went on to be the man in the middle for 26 years. He was ref of the year 5 times. He reffed the Oscar Trainer finals, Leinster Junior Cup finals, all the big games in Carlow Junior Soccer, League of Ireland games at FC Carlow, college games, and even reffed in the Special Olympics. Recently he has become the juvenile president of Carlow Soccer, honorary president, first one ever. Am I missing anything else, Jim? Are we good from there?
We're good, we're okay, yeah.
Good. And I just said his name, Jim Wynne. Welcome, Jim. How are you?
Welcome,
Pleasure
Jim.
to be here, lads. Thanks very much.
Thanks for coming on. Pop, before we get to him,
Yeah.
results.
Talk to me, Goose.
You talk to me, Maverick. Cup
Coach.
final.
I didn't make it.
Yeah.
I heard Dino scored a worldly, did he?
Absolutely.
Halfway line.
Yeah. It was close.
Cracker.
2 minutes before that, I believe it was close as well, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah. Great
It
game.
was on the grass pitch, was it, Jim?
The grass
Yeah.
pitch,
Yeah.
This
Great pitch, isn't it?
Should always be on grass.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, Astro.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate
All cup finals.
all fucking men should be on grass.
Yeah.
100%. Astro's going to, in 10 or 15 years' time,
I'd
Astro's
say-
going to have a lot to answer for.
I'd say if we did a poll, a lot of players would.
Prefer grass.
Well, obviously, good days. It's nicer to be an Astro
Yeah.
when you're not mucky or
Covered
whatever.
in
But
muck, but long grass.
if it's decent weather, put it on
decent,
grass, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
Well, I think it's great to have the facility
Absolutely.
to go
Yeah.
train, right?
Yeah.
And for opposite for evening games, well, I would be an advocate for grass as well, right?
100%, yeah.
Last Wednesday night, Newark by Craigie 3-1 the Carlow Cup
Was that it?
semi-final.
Yeah.
I was at myself.
Um,
Evident Craigie, you're missing a few.
You can see why they won so many 1-0s.
Yeah.
Their determination to keep a clean sheet is phenomenal. And then I'd say Matt in the goal is disappointed with the goal that went in.
The free kick.
The free kick. It wasn't Dino's best one, and it was central. And
Yeah.
I was standing behind the goal, and it sort of hit the post, hit the back of his hands and into the net.
Yeah.
It didn't go directly in, for people that didn't see it. But Dino's brilliant at the free kicks, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't his best free kick. And Matt it was an easier save, basically, what I'll tell you.
Gotcha.
Second one then was a Stonewall penalty. Referee got it right. And then I left, I had to go out in the 2-0, and I believe it was 3-1.
Jamie Murphy got a lovely goal, I've seen it.
Yeah, and Willie Cavan, I believe, was it?
Willie Cavan got a great goal.
Yeah.
Great goal.
That lad
But-
was up. He knows how to finish that lad.
They played Kyle in the 6.
Yeah.
Screened very well.
Screened, yeah.
And tidy.
Yeah, it didn't.
I just felt Criard couldn't get on the ground to play.
No, and
You know.
their outlet was the 7. And he kept. I couldn't understand it. They were playing down towards the dressing room in the first half, and he kept going outside. Luke, he wasn't coming inside. The only time he went inside him, Dino actually, Skinner was facing his own goal, running back towards the line. The ball was never going to go basically in the first half. You weren't there, and Skinner turned and made a great pass to Dino, and rarely is as rare as hen's teeth. Dino took a bad touch, and it ended up with a Criard player, and he took a shot, and Craig Carney made a whirly up onto the crossbar and over for a save.
I heard you.
And that was really the only chance they had in the first half. And they offered nothing going forward in the second half. They're lacking, even though they won the league and they played very well, they're still lacking a couple of attacking players. There's no real outlet. Mikey bossed the back line. He bossed the game basically for the first hour.
Yeah.
They couldn't get in behind him. Even the younger lads, he's the turn of foot still. He's after shedding a few pounds. He looks fit. He looks good.
Great man. He reads the game very, very well. Like, he doesn't
Great.
need speed anymore.
But the goal was a free kick. Matt would be a little bit disappointed to tell you that himself. He's a good lad.
Yeah.
Did a great job for Criard this year in the goal. The second one was a penalty and a left, and I believe then Jamie got the goal and 3-1. So
And then a cup final then on Saturday with St Pat's coming up. We'll preview that later on.
yeah,
In the seniors division, Friday, Moon Celtic bet Village 4-2 in Division 3. Parkville and Phoenix ran out a 0-0 draw. Carlow Rovers 2 Hanover Harps 3. 3 in the bounce for you.
3 in the bounce, yeah. Big one this Friday, no Criard.
Pats against Evergreen. Evergreen won 1-0. A good friend of mine got terrible knock in that game. Maguire.
Did he?
Yeah, collapsed lung. Ended up in
away.
hospital. Yeah, thankfully he's grand. He come over, but
Lucky man.
yeah, he came out. He said it was the worst belt he ever got in his life. He never
Bad as
felt
a belt
pain,
in the lung.
couldn't breathe. Right under the armpit, he got, and he said it wasn't even a dirty elbow, just under the armpit. I said it must have been quite pointy if it wasn't dirty. On the Saturday, Dolman 2, Ballymurphy 1, that's also Division 3. St Anne's and Burn Celtic 3-3 in Division 2. Critty Yard 4, Highview 0, Division 1.
Highview after getting a few veterans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Carrion knocked 6 past them the week before that.
Yeah.
And Evergreen only beat them 1-0 in their first game.
Yeah. But that's 35 though.
Yeah, I know. It's easy. We were tooling
All
and
depends on
cruising.
who turns up.
Yeah.
You'd need, we're going to say this again, I've said this before.
Oh, you can say
you
it
need
till the cows come
40
home.
lads.
You do, yeah. You do.
I'm telling you.
And you'll have 13 by the end of the season.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, it'll diminish every single week, yeah. It'll get smaller and smaller. Yeah. It's like a rock or road and podge.
And then obviously Noak won the cup final then. Fair play to them. Congratulations, a bit silverware this year. Fair play to them. Okay, Jim, we've questions for you.
Work away.
Are you nervous?
And when you
The man doesn't
talk
get
and
nervous.
everybody knows.
Yeah. So look, some of them are a bit generic, and what we'll do is we'll ask you them and we'll probably follow up or follow on through them, alright? The one thing I kind of want, coming from a manager's perspective, right? When you're going to a match of a Sunday morning or whenever it is in the Premier game, say, what's your understanding of the effort that the coach, the managers put in? Like, is that something that plays in your mind, or is it just...
We get our, well, when I was refereeing, we get our fixtures supposedly 10 days in advance. Right? So...
Is that a rule, Jim?
It's not a rule.
No, it's not. That's just the way.
that's
That
the
was
branch.
your system,
That was
sort
the
of.
branch. That was
Yeah,
the system.
okay.
That's where it was set up.
Yeah.
We get our 10 days in advance. We know where we were.
But subject to change there.
Yeah. All if anything happened, if
yeah.
a waterlogged pitch or anything else, or whatever, someone pulled out and you were down to do a Division 1 game, you could be booted up to a Premier game.
Right.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
If there was a tough game in Division 1, you were down to do a Premier game, you could be sent to do a Division 1 game to keep it tight.
Yeah.
That's the way it worked. And that's the way...
But that's a mark of respect to referee are to be able to control a game.
Control
like
a
that.
game, exactly.
Yeah.
So the heel of the hunt is, if I got a game and mention clubs or whatever, previous history, if I got a game between Newark and Critty Yard, Sunday morning, I'd know the previous week, I'd know straight away from experience who I had to deal with, who I don't have to deal with. The troublemakers, the peacemakers. You know yourself before you arrive at a pitch what you have. You don't mark anyone's card. You just know what you're facing, what you have to deal with.
Can I ask you a question, there, Jim?
Yeah.
In regards of players suspended, does the referee get notification of Popa Dolan can't play this week, either can Podge? No, it's up to the clubs to know that.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
100%.
Take that referee's hands. That's okay. Yeah.
The only time a referee will get notice of a suspension is if he's been assaulted.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
Is that it, yeah?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only notification a referee will get.
If a referee was assaulted in the previous game, you got a notification to say...
Oh no, the referee in question, if he was assaulted, if he'll find out what that player has received.
Right. I get you, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's the only thing.
Should they know?
100%. Because if you're going to a
They
match,
should know.
if you're going to a
Absolutely.
match on a Sunday morning, and which has happened numerous times in 26
Yeah.
years, I was actually called in front of the Carlow League to point out a player that was playing that was suspended. I didn't know he was suspended.
Yeah.
I knew the chap personally.
Yeah. But you had to do it.
I cautioned him in the game. No, everyone by their name. I didn't ask him his name. I put down his name, number 10. What his name was, can't mention names obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
And next thing, handed it in and got a phone call from the Carlow League saying, Jim, you're wrong there. That number 10 is wrong. I said, no, it's not, it's right. It's 100% right. He said, no.
You knew him personally, but
I
wasn't
knew
the
him
name on the
personally, but it's
card.
not the name of the card.
Yeah.
When I went home and checked the card, I knew straight away
It wasn't him.
it wasn't him.
Yeah.
But he was still at the creating havoc on the pitch.
Yeah.
I still sent it in.
Give me a solution, Jim. So give me a solution to that.
Oh, well, a solution.
Like, would it be big admin work to fix that?
It actually, it depending on what division you're in, yeah, it would be. If you're in the Premier League, in the Premier in Carlow, and you're dealing with the same 5 or 6 referees, shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, gotcha.
But the lower
You know
division,
who's who and what's what,
yeah,
say, yeah.
you know what I mean. It's very easy for me to go up to Hanover Harps and say, get a phone call, such a player is suspended today. Just keep an eye open for if he's on the line, if he's on the subs, if he's on the match card.
Yeah.
Very easy to do that.
Yeah.
But the lower leagues, when you go down that you don't know, lads that you don't see week in, week out, that's where the trouble comes into it.
And I tell you what the lower leagues are as well, Jim. And I played with them to beat him this year. There's an awful massive change in players every single week.
Every week.
Like there's lads that play junior BC and that don't train, but they turn up on a Sunday to help out their club.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the Premier, it's nearly the same.
You have the same
squad
15
of 16 or 18 every single week.
Every
So there's
week.
very little lads
Yeah.
added into the squad.
I think there's a solution to the whole thing if clubs B teams are in a reserve division.
Like the Medbar Cup, you were saying, like that kind of thing.
Just to do, so you still have Division 1, Division 2 and all that, right?
Yeah.
Premier Division 1. But say, for instance, let's take St. Pat's or Hanover, for example. Right?
second teams.
Who have B teams.
Yeah.
Their B teams, I think, should be in a reserve division. So it's a B team division only. So you'll have Pats B, Newark B, Crittayard B. They're all in it. And it's a kind of step or a pathway for lads come back from injury, lads come back from GA.
But
lads,
so you're saying teams with one club that's not in the Premier are in the first division, say, but a B team that's in division should be in a separate division.
should be in a reserve league. So then said like St. Felix of no B team.
And there's enough to have their own league, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's just a thought I had in my mind. What's your most memorable match?
I have to be honest, there's so many of them. I specifically remember, and it's not because that man is sitting beside me.
What did he do?
Nothing. It was a playoff. Well, it wasn't. It was the last game of the season up in Hanover House, them in Crittayard. Good Friday evening.
Yeah.
Lashing rain
Was that?
all day.
Yeah.
Absolute cracking match. Up and down, up and down. Boys were well in it. Gave away one stupid tackle on the edge of the box. Budsy stuck it in the top corner. Bang. And
3
all
set
of a sudden
pieces
it
that
won
game,
it.
Jim.
Yeah. First
2
one.
free kicks and a penalty, was it? Or
Yes.
2
Yeah.
penalties and a free kick?
No, 2 free kicks and a penalty.
2 free kicks. And there were
No, it was all
Yeah, there were
100%. I wasn't.
sickened.
It's Billy, I know if they weren't.
Yeah, no, but
I remember that evening now, and another evening down in Newark and Crittayard in a playoff. Same thing, 2 excellent soccer teams.
Yeah.
Excellent. Shammy Dorn, all the boys playing with Newark and Budsy and Keith Nolan and all the boys playing with an absolute hammer and tongs. And John Graham came out across, went down, dived down to the bottom left-hand corner, hit the tops of his fingers, hit the post and went in. And Newark won at 1-0 on a Friday night as well.
Right.
And absolutely.
Did you referee our
mayhem.
game against Newark for us to win the league? Did you referee that game?
No, it was on the line.
I can't remember who ref that game.
So Lions went for that one?
No,
It was on the playoff.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, to win it,
the win-
Premier
when we won
game.
the league.
I genuinely can't remember.
No, I don't know. It could have
Obviously
been
it
you.
didn't stick in my head of it.
Yeah.
How do you know what I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this, right? Because I didn't want to ask you this. Do you know, or didn't want to prepare you for it? What is the mindset, Jim, when you have a game where you have an absolute wanker playing and he's just, do you know what I mean? He's always at you. How can you leave that there and park that and then go ref that cunt again and not be on him? Like, I would
don't.
find that very
Oh,
hard
you
to
don't.
separate.
100% honesty, you don't, right? Again, it goes back to what I said to you 10 minutes ago. You go prepared. You're mentally prepared for what you know. You know what you're facing before you go.
Yeah.
I know every Saturday night and for a Sunday morning, I know if I'm going up to Popa in the morning, I have to shut him up after 5 minutes. Simple as, right?
I'm just bargaining.
No, but it's the same. It's the same if I go to Parkville. I can name Parkville. I
I'm
can
just
name
talking
Crittayard.
and stuff, it's terrible.
I can name
It's just the way I
in
do it.
Newark. I know going to that game who I have to deal with. Right, second last game of the season up in Crittayard. Good Friday, and I'll even tell you the year 2016. Good Friday.
8 years ago.
Yeah, Good Friday 2016. The second last game of the season, Newark and Crittayard. Well, going up. I had the 2 of them the previous Sunday week in the Carlow Cup down in Newark, and they kicked one another. No linesman, no nothing, because it was quarter final. Kicked one another, and I knew going up. I had 2
You're
players.
on your own again. There's no linesman in the league game either.
No game in the league game, no.
Yeah.
And the game was at 5:30 because there was no pubs that time.
Of course, yeah, that's right.
5:30 on a good Friday evening, beautiful evening. Sun was baking, packed.
Yeah.
Crittayard was packed the night up there. Intimidating isn't a word, like.
Yeah.
That's when they were being followed by their locals, like. I went onto that pitch and had 2 players in mind before the game ever started. I got one after 9 minutes and I got the other one after 13.
What do you mean got him in regards to what do you mean got him?
Oh, perfectly legal.
Yeah,
One of them was hitting the other one, and one got the other one first.
yeah.
The other one got up and was riling. So you have to calm down. I said, he's carded now.
Yeah.
He has to look after himself. Not 4 minutes later,
He got the card in.
he got the card. I had one more card after that, and that was for poor old Jeff Moore. He ran outside his area and caught the ball. I had to send him off with a straight red card. That's the only other card.
Has
I
that
had
rule
left.
changed since?
Oh no. Goalkeeper handles the ball outside the box.
Yeah, but if you go around the goalkeeper now and you make a genuine attempt at the ball, it's not a red card, is it?
Say again now?
If you go around
A goalkeeper.
and he makes an attempt at the ball, a genuine
Outside
attempt.
the box.
Like he doesn't come out and just clothesline your man. That's a red
Outside the
card.
box.
Oh, no, inside the box. And
Inside the
gives
box.
away a
Oh, no,
penalty.
inside the box is fine. Outside the box,
Yeah,
100% red card.
right.
Where do you stand? How do you measure distance when you're in you just mentioned that game where it's end to end, hammer and tongue. How do you measure distance?
Your angles, Podge. Your angles you're running a pitch.
Have you ever measured what you cover in a game?
Yeah.
Go
I
on.
was always between 9 and 10k
How'd you measure it?
on
On the old Fitbit watch?
Watch, yeah.
9, 10k.
every game. Except now, I have to be honest.
I have to say this to you, because Jim lives close to the plots, we'd be training, and you'd obviously his training, you'd obviously Jim doing his warm-up lap just around the top pitch. We'd be training when the lights were there,
Yeah.
or the Astro was coming in, and you'd often see him doing his lap around this, 2 or 3 laps, like a warm-up lap, and then it'd be like, he's actually in a match mode here. He jogs from the D to the goal line, turns around, jogs back from the goal line to the D, boom, 3/4 from the D to the D, slows down, and he must have done it 20 times.
So then,
Honest
when
to God,
you
that's
say
no messing.
angles,
Yeah.
like the
So-
quickest point to where the ball is.
No, you see what happens is, especially for offsides, Podge.
Yeah.
Right. And it helps you. It's 100% when you have assistance. You have your 2 obviously 18-yard boxes. So you go from the corner of that 18-yard box to the corner on the far side.
Ah, gotcha.
So you're
Diag.
crossing the pitch, right? So that way, when you're crossing that pitch, you have this linesman in your right side at all times, and when you're running that side, you have that linesman inside all times.
You never think of that, would you?
No.
So you have eyesight with your both linesmen when
Yeah.
you're facing either way.
So it's on say an X-axis on diag to diag.
That's exactly it.
And if you stay on them, say in defence and attack for both teams, I presume.
Yeah.
So you're going from right to left and left
Yeah.
to right. You should always be within a good distance of where the action's happen.
Yes,
Does that make sense?
I always maintained if you're 15 yards within ball plan, you're decent. No one can turn around and say
You're not there.
you're not there.
Yeah.
And I always said the day that I couldn't do that is the day I give it up. Now, when you're on your own, that's exactly the angle you have to run to get your offsides. Because if you're running in a straight line and the line is playing across the edge of the 18-yard box, you can't tell whether he's half a yard behind him or not.
Gotcha.
But if you're running at the angle and looking across,
yeah, you can see it.
you can see the jersey.
There's also a thing where if it breaks, then you don't have to turn around. You don't have to do a full turn.
No,
because you're on the half.
You're on the half,
like a good defender.
All the time. Yeah, all the time. You know what I mean?
It's position
And the
sense, isn't it?
Yeah, it's everything. And there's 3 main things about refereeing. The 3 things you have to be if you're going to be a referee. One is a very good knowledge of the laws of the game.
Yeah.
Right, that gets you out of some amount of trouble. The second one is fitness. If you're serious about football, you have to be fit. And Popa will tell you, any night I wasn't refereeing, I was training.
I've been
So
honest,
that's 7 days a
I
week.
thought it was a joy to watch. To say,
Yeah.
fair play to him. He's getting himself, like you were in his mid-50s then, I'd say, Jim.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and he's getting himself as fit as he can
Yeah.
to be in a good position on the game to help the players in the Carlow
Yeah,
League.
Up to 4 years ago.
And that's why
I'm
you got the
retired
big
too.
games.
I'm retired too, and for the last 2 years, for the last 18 months, with the knee problem and the calf problem, I was probably training 3 nights a week instead of every night.
Are you still doing a bit?
I can't. I wouldn't run as far as the stairs.
I know how you feel, Jim.
I'm
I guess I'm 17.
waiting for a knee replacement, and
Jesus.
that's a terrible pity because I do another 26 years of it.
Enjoy it, Jim.
Loved it.
Did you?
I cried the day I had to give it up. It was the
Yeah.
worst day of my life. Worst day of my football life.
We had a bit,
Not from a monetary
not that-
point of view,
not that
Rob,
it's,
so.
Absolutely nothing to do with money.
Yeah, that's what I get.
No.
that.
Exercise and getting rid of so much frustration. Bob will tell you, if he gave it to me, I gave it back to him.
But you're a
Oh,
soccer
yeah.
fan as well, though.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But genuinely can't. I don't go to a tent as much as I used to.
One of my favourite phrases from Jim was, if I was lashing it out, like clattering a player or going in or whinging, I'd be like, "Man, Jim, will you?" Or like whatever, and he'd say, "Next I get a clatter. Ah, ref, you're giving it, take it."
Yeah.
And I said, "Okay, that's it. Get up and you go."
But that's the way it was. Like,
Yeah, and that, you appreciate that as a player.
I looked at the referees branch in Carroll there, I did a bit of research. There's 48 registered referees I see at the branch.
48.
I think I counted 40. I could be wrong now. I'm open for questions.
At the present time,
website. Yeah, it's on the
At the present
website.
time, no, there's not 48.
And maybe the website's over there.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is, how were they picked for games?
It's up to the referees. Well, it was up to the referees observer
Okay.
at the time.
Right.
Now it's gone to. Supposedly, it's supposed to be the league, Carlow League's job to appoint referees.
But there's a
believe it or
branch, I
not.
presume.
But as a branch, we had a referees observer, and he done it. There was only 3 leagues in Ireland had their observer doing it. We were one of them. Limerick was another one. I can't think of the other one. But he retired and went to do the Carlow League, and the Carlow League took over the appointments of referees.
Okay.
When he retired, that's when I decided to become an observer.
Okay.
And then I wasn't able to appoint referees, only for outside matches that were appointed to me from the FAI.
You weren't able to appoint a referee in Carlow
Even though you were given the
to do
control.
a Carlow game.
I was an observer.
Right.
As an observer, I wasn't able to appoint a referee in Carlow because I was unable to appoint from the FAI. If they rang me and said I need 3 referees for an Oscar Turner match or an FAI Junior Cup match, that was my appointment. All Carlow League games were all appointed from the league.
So you're saying that's crazy. That is.
And
So if the quarter final of the Carlow Cup, and you're saying that's a real good game between Hanover and St. Pat's, up in the Plots. Hanover might not be as good as Pat's. That's a tough place to go for Pat's though, because of the pitch. But it's feisty.
Mm-hmm.
Send in that referee, he'll take care of that. He knows how to do that. You would that power to do that?
Absolutely none. No.
So the league sends a referee for that.
Yeah. League since.
But it didn't always, though, right? Is that what you're getting at?
What I'm getting at is the observer at the time was appointing them. The Carlow League observer, Carlow referees observer, was appointing the referees.
Yeah.
Then he retired.
Yeah.
And took a job up with the Carlow League.
Oh, so he brought that job with him.
Well, it was the Carlow League's job in the first place.
But he was doing it for them. And now he's officially doing it for the league.
For the league, yeah.
How long is a piece of string? Huh? I can't get my head around that. What's the preparation in off season? Do you have to do any personal development or progressive development or anything like that?
We have 2 modules. They're called modules, which you attend for an hour and a half. Which are you go and you look at scenarios, 10, 15 scenarios. Someone comes down from the FAI and runs 2 modules with you, and one in Carlow, one in Kilkenny, and at the end of it you're given 10 questions, 15 questions, whatever it is.
Okay.
Answer them. Plus you have your fitness test in April every year, and your
What does that consist of, Jim? Run me through the test here. You arrive at, where is it? It's in the watershed in Kilkenny, is it?
In Kilkenny, yeah.
So you arrive there, what's the drill?
It can be one of either way. You can do your physical first, or you can do your written first.
It's up to you.
No, it's up to the FAI when they arrive on the day.
Right.
Well, not on the day, but they tell you the week before. Right,
Right.
we're doing the physical first this year. We'll do a written afterwards. So you go back to the hotel, Kilkenny or whatever it is, and you do your written after it. So we just say, for argument's sake, you go and you do your physical first. So you meet in the watershed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. You have to hire, obviously, the running track. So 10 o'clock you're out on the track. You go through all grade 1s, SS1s. My last one was SS1. So then you go through grade 1s, then 2s, 3s, 4s. So you don't treat 2, 3s and 4s run together. SS1s and 1s run together because they're the elite.
What's the SS1 is higher than
And SS1, yeah.
Than what? SS1 is the highest, is it?
Highest, yeah.
Right.
And then 1, and then you have 2, 3, 4.
Right.
So you're given to SS1s or 2 years ago when I was doing was 2,400 metres in 12 minutes. So that's 6 laps, nearly 6.5 laps in 12 minutes. You have to be inside 12 minutes. It's good pace.
Is it? A man trying to picture here. It is a good pace, isn't it?
It's a good pace, right? Every year we were always a minute inside it, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Every year.
I wouldn't say
like
for free,
the
was-
last year.
Yeah.
The last year I wasn't because but
Is it the same thing for grade 2, 3 and 4 but with more time? Same distance.
They get 4 laps in 12 minutes.
She walked.
Less distance in the same time.
16.
It's not the same
No.
distance in more time.
No.
So it's always 12 minutes.
It's always 12 minutes. But
And-
they don't. If it doesn't take you 12 minutes, you don't do 12 minutes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? But you do get referees that
4
struggle.
laps is handy enough in 12 minutes.
You get referees that struggle. You get referees that fail it every year.
What's the story there then?
How you can do it once more. You can reapply and do it once more before season began.
Different day.
Yeah.
What happens if you fail it then?
You have to.
You can't referee?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Has that happened?
Yeah, that's happened too.
Really?
Yeah.
Gee,
We had
no way.
my last one as an observer. We had two that failed. They had to go down to Enniscorthy.
Did you have to do that as an observer as well?
Oh no! I'd go with the Carlow branch as an
obviously.
observer
Yeah.
and help out on the day.
Yeah, I get you.
And 2 failed, and they had to go down to. 1 didn't turn up, so 3 of them had to go down to Enniscorthy and do it, and got through. Lance Carty.
Just about. That's nuts.
But
So is that the only physical part, Jim? Just that running, that's it?
For
That's the physical done.
It's totally up to yourselves, but how fit you want to be. Like you've seen me, I know 1 or 2 or 3 other lads that wanted it that bad that they done it. But I often tried at the beginning refereeing to organise meetings for referees to go training. Like, we'll go. Never, no one ever.
Are you determined in the running, Jim?
Sorry, I love it.
To beat the rest of the lads?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'd be very committed. Like, you know what I mean? I put in a hard shift all year.
Yeah. No, I know that.
But it's not a competition.
No, I understand
when you
that.
go to do your exams, right, it's not a competition.
Here's another question.
It is to me.
But you have the element though.
If you do it in a quicker time,
no, you can't.
Is that not like say, if he's fitter than Podge Giles, give him a bigger game than him?
No.
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work
right,
like
okay.
So it obviously goes off grade. So how do you climb? What do you come in at? What's the entry level grade?
4.
That's the bottom. That's where you start.
And how do you progress?
Is that juvenile? No referees to just do juvenile games. You'll often see them doing non-competitive games only.
Yeah, they're all 16-year-olds and.
Yeah, but they're all chaps doing it, right?
They're all chaps. They're not members of the branch or anything. Like, they're only qualified
they're
as
grade
referees.
4s.
They're called non-associates.
Oh, okay.
So they're not actually a graded referee?
No.
Yeah.
They're called non-associates.
Right.
So for them,
who appoints them?
Well, they're all juvenile, so it'd be Gene Casey in the juvenile league.
Okay.
I'd appoint them. So they would.
Right.
So for you to qualify, for you to improve, or it's up to you to improve, but for you to do higher grade matches, it's up to the referee's observer to go and watch it 3 times. And if you've improved, he can bring you up a grade to 3 or put you straight up to 2.
Brilliant.
And if you get to 2, obviously your next step is 1. But to get to the SS1, you really have to push it out. Like,
when you go to the Kennedy Cups and Galway Cups, Papa, I don't know if you remember this, you're always given a sheet at the start to grade the referee, to give the referee a score.
That's right.
Yeah, I've never went. I have. Unfortunately for me,
would you agree with that, Jim?
That would have been my busiest time when I was working. When I was doing the refereeing, I was on the bread van.
Yeah.
And the whole summer was my busiest time, covering all the holidays for all of that.
Did you ever do a Kennedy Cup round?
Never.
No. You would have enjoyed it.
I would have loved it. I was invited 5-6 times.
Were you invited on to it? I think. Did Morgan and Brian do the Kennedy Cup for a while?
I think Brian done it down in Limerick. I think. I don't know about Morgan.
I think Pat. Sorry, that's my phone. How embarrassing is that?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry about that.
It's quite possible, no more.
I think Pat done it, did he? Pat
O'Connor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Pat could have possibly done it. Did Davy O'Connor do it down in Limerick the first time? No.
I don't know.
Well, any year I was at, Jim, I don't think there was a Carlow League down there, a referee at. So I don't know, but I'm sure there is a referee from Carlow who has done it.
But there was a good...
Maybe we can find out.
David Dunnigan,
did he?
David Dunnigan would have done it last year or the year before.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's super tournament. You would love
I heard, and I would have absolutely loved it.
The Cup is good as well.
But unfortunately...
Remember the year first we were down there, Podge?
Where?
In Kennedy Cup.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
And we watched the DDSL play.
Yeah.
And there was a coloured chap up front.
Yeah.
He signed for Man City after the semi-final. We walked into the semi-final was in the ball. Remember the ball pitch, if anybody remembers it? We were like, this lad is feet like this and he coming along. This lad is phenomenal. Looks like he's not interested in the game. Bang, hat-trick.
Yeah.
And we were going in buying the top.
It's not always the obvious ones.
Remember the Man City scarf?
Yeah, that's right. You
can see every coach. Well, obviously lads down there wearing Ajax jackets and everything. They can't speak English and Dutch and that. They're bluffers on you.
What's the biggest changes you've seen over this? Like 26 years is a long time.
It's a long time. Yeah, I have to be honest, it's a long time. And again, like I said a few minutes ago, I do another 26 if it was fit enough. I have to be honest, there's 2 things. There's coaching and the ability for players to play soccer. Is that improving so much since I started refereeing? Like, I mean, I distinctly remember doing 12s, 14, 16 soccer matches, then doing Division 1, or even it was Division 1 at the time, it wasn't Premier. There's no such thing as Premier when I started refereeing. When I started doing all those, I mean, at under 12s and 14s, you had 22 young lads, sheep, chasing a football around the sky. Yeah. Up and down, and parents on the line, and they're laughing and joking and having a laugh, weren't minding their kids. Now,
it's completely different, isn't it?
Under 12s that blind you with soccer. I'll tell you a quick story about under 12 match I done over in a Thai town about, could be 12, 14, 13 years ago. I got a phone call, could I go over to Thai town, do 3 matches on a Saturday morning. I went over, done the under 12 match, and it was the first under 12 that I ever seen playing soccer.
Okay.
I seen hundreds playing soccer, but he's the first under 12 I ever seen playing soccer. He was looking for the ball. He was giving the ball. He was running here. He was coming back. He was defending. He was covering. He was telling young lads where to go. Absolutely, he had the mind of a 20-year-old.
Well above his age.
Absolutely stood out like a sore finger.
So you started in 95 straight. So
96,
96. So in the junior sense of things, you're talking about like the football got better. At what stage did it start to get better for you? Did you notice it?
I have to be honest and say it was probably could have been 8 to 10 years into it.
Really?
It took a good while for it to get to the level that it's at now. So I mean to say, when I was finishing playing Walkerstown were at their peak.
Yeah.
Right. I refereed them for a season and then defaulted. Then Strefford were at it as well. Like, they were all very good soccer players, but the mentality of it was still down to the tavern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was mentality, and still the mentality was coming at a quarter 10 to 11 for 11 o'clock kickoff. It's only when it got really serious, you walk, I wouldn't want to say reformed, but got their act together out there.
Yeah.
With the shopping centre and everything was gone. They got all the facilities and everything else. Parkville, Purcell took over Parkville, got them into a very professional team.
Right.
Like, had them training 3/4 of an hour before that man from Kildare took over, Critty Yard. Tom Donnelly. I mean, it just like that, it took off, and there was teams turning up at 10 o'clock for 11 o'clock kick-off, and you were right at 10:30, you're saying, what's going on here?
Normally,
like,
years ago, you might say 10:30 would have been the same time as the players, maybe.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I was always at my games at 10:30, check the pitches.
A quick kick around there and away you go.
Go for a run myself for 20 minutes or 15 minutes for a warm-up, and all of a sudden these lads were outside and they were coming, they were drowned with sweat, and I said, to realise they have an hour and a half of a match to play as well.
Yeah.
Did you listen to last week's podcast, Jim?
I did.
Did you think we had a valid point when we said that I brought in, it's not a rule, but I said it would help all clubs that if every referee could turn up half an hour before their time?
100%, and they're supposed
Would
to.
you agree with that?
That's the rule.
Yeah.
The rule's a half an hour.
Yeah, it's
Half an hour before.
It's a help for them and a help for the players. It helps both parties.
But you have to be transparent as well, right? So if it's not happening, it has to be reported. Now, as we said last week, the understanding is we're not reporting it to deflect on that person that was there.
No,
so you're reporting it to progress the fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
But I find sometimes, and this is no slight against referees, Branch or Carl League, that when things are reported, it's a negative response.
Yeah.
It can be sometimes. It can be sometimes, right? It can be sometimes. But I'm going to say something very controversial. If a referee puts in a report and it's dealt with, it depends on the referee. How big a referee is or how small a referee is. So what I'm saying to you is if
a referee reports me, it depends on who the referee is reports me. Is that what you're saying?
we'll go as the grade of the referee.
Oh, the grade, right, okay, yeah.
Right? When I was refereeing, that's what I found. That if I put in a report that Popa Down was at abusing me in and out of the ground.
Yeah.
That wouldn't happen.
And I got rid of him again.
Don't be saying again, Jim. Let's say that now. What do you mean again?
And I wasn't prepared to put up with it anymore. And unless the Carl League did something with it, I wasn't going up with there anymore. Right? Be dealt with.
So that's top of the pile.
So if you went down to 2, 3s and 4s and someone put it in, we'll pop it out and you're slapping the wrist. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but hold on now, let's get to the core of it. Why is that?
Professionalism.
Is it not disrespecting the lower leagues though, Jim?
Sorry?
Is it not disrespecting the lower leagues?
It's disrespecting the lower referees.
The lower referees, yeah.
Because it's the same.
Referees.
It's the same. It's the same incident in a different division.
Yeah.
Like if a lad throws a header in the Premier.
I'm not saying this is happening now. I'm saying this is happening when I was.
You give me an example. Yeah, we understand that. Yeah. But it's like I said to you walking up here, Jim. We were talking about the gradings and that. Like, I can't get my head around the fact that if a guy isn't good enough to ref a Premier, why would he be good enough to ref a Division 2 when it's the same game? It's the same.
It's the same rules.
Yeah, same
right,
rules.
Same rules, right. Again, I'm going back to the 3 things you needed. Good knowledge of the laws of the game, fitness, and the other one is, I won't say it's arrogance, but it has to be confidence. Right? Referee has to be confidence. If a referee goes out on a soccer pitch and shows fear, he will be made mincemeat of. Yeah. Every time someone shouts, he'll blow.
Yeah.
Right? There's referees doing it. I've seen it myself. Right? There's referees doing it. Right? How many times of a lad shouted at me. And I'd put my hand up and say, I have sweared them in and out of the ground. And they have swore me in and out of the ground.
Yeah.
But the only language they understood was the swearing.
Yeah.
But not every... You didn't say it to every player, because every player is not the same. But you knew the lads that was going to swear at you. So you swore back at them. You pulled them to a corner, knocked them, and head off. You go, if you won't stop it, you won't play for 6 weeks, I promise you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got through to them.
I often had this argument with Jim, and I'd appreciate it as a player.
And it's better than
Speak to me
walking
like a
up.
man rather than be all official and all this. Pull me aside and tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Cop
And it's
hackers
better than
and stuff,
walking
you
up
know.
and throwing a yellow card under his nose, turn around and walking away. That's the etiquette. That's the rule. Don't talk to him. Throw him a yellow card and walk away. But what happens then is you get your box in the back of the neck, like.
Yeah.
But you can't say, I've walked off pitches terrified of lads.
Yeah.
Afraid of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Over a decision you made?
No, over talking them the way I spoke to them, like.
Oh, really?
Threatening them. I sure, go to the car park. I'll see. I haven't a problem with you. I went to the car park.
Lucky I'm walking home.
And I'll say it, I went to the car park and bought it last one day. After a lad, he gave it to me in and out of the ground. Now, thank God the chap was retired as well. So,
Right, okay.
And he gave it to me in and out of the ground. And I got up and I put my nose to his nose and I said, tell you one thing, I say, do you see these 2 flags? Do you know where these are going when this is over? I said, I promise you, I said, my car is parked at the houses there, I said. Next thing I went out, took the jersey off, threw it into the back of the car like an antichrist, looking around to see what's coming out. And he comes up the lane. He starts walking towards the car. And he says, I just want a word with you, Jim. I say, if you come up here, I ain't telling you, then we're going. Next thing he walked up, he put his hand, he said, I'm sorry about that. I get double-headed. I say, I don't need it to happen again now. I was bricking him.
Yeah, of course,
Bricking him.
yeah.
This chap was 6'3".
Yeah.
He was a monster, like.
Yeah.
The centre back. Monster. And I said to myself, that's enough of that.
It's gas, isn't it?
But you had to do it, like.
Of course,
or they'd walk all over you.
Well, like you said, you have to be. I think there's a skill in itself, Jim, knowing how to do it too.
Yes, exactly. You
People
have
skills,
to
you know.
know.
People skills is a
I
massive
wouldn't
part
walk
of
up to a
refereeing.
chap that's getting a phone and getting up to you, sorry about that. You know, experience will tell you it's innocent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you get the other fella that's flying into a tackle, that stood up, knee, and you know from previous experience, absolutely no chance of him pulling out.
Or he's reacted to your whistle,
Yes.
like. Do you know
what I mean? So
Yeah.
it does come with experience.
Yeah.
And you have to learn that and learn it very quickly. Because if you don't, you're chicken feed, like.
You finished up refereeing, went into the assessor role.
Observer, yeah.
Talk me through it.
I was approached and asked to become the observer. Seamus Ivers
Is
was...
observer assessor the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't call it assessor anymore, they call it observer. Seamus Ivers was already at the qualifying as it. And I approached Seamus and I said, Seamus, look, I might have been approached and asked if I do it with you. 2 of us for the county's big enough for it. No problem at all, yeah, I'll observe with you. And I said, you said, sure now? And he said, yeah, absolutely, no, I've no problem with you doing it, Jimmy. So I said, right, I went off, took the course, 2-day course over in Tullamore, Bridge Hotel, which consists again of videos of opportunities and things like that, and then a written test as well. You have to get 60-70% of either of them, so no bother getting through that. Then you're shadowed by a lead observer, which is, my one was Pat down in Kilkenny. He comes to 3 matches with you and you observe the referee, you rate out what he done right, what he done wrong. You give him his marks out of 10. The part I couldn't hack was going home then and 2.5 hours on the computer. I'm not tech minded at all. So I'm there.
What were you doing on the computer?
You have to write out the report and send it to the FAI.
Oh, via email, yeah. Doing the postman
email,
of a job called Blicious.
Yeah, via email, and there's so much involved in it. His fitness, his attitude,
Yeah.
everything. Like
Do you have to give the feedback, Jim?
Yeah, on a referee I've observed every day, every Sunday or every Saturday, whichever day. And you have to do
You
it
done one a week?
Do you pick the game? Or are you told to go to the game?
Well, they send you to Oscar Trainer matches or anything else.
Yeah.
But you pick, on the league on a Sunday, you pick the referee.
You pick the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, you can't go to the same referee every week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to give everybody a chance.
A fair chance.
My first season, I gave everyone a chance. Well, I'm a liar. I didn't give 2 referees a chance because I knew my own heart and soul. No point going. Wouldn't listen to you.
No.
Right? So I didn't just do 2 of them, right? I was sitting at home then every Sunday evening from 6 or half 6 until 8:30 or 9 o'clock, writing up reports.
That's too much.
And hands on heart, told the truth about 6, 7. and hands on heart, told lies about the rest of them.
To keep them in the road.
Yeah.
So a referee has a bad game, you're looking at it, and a specific game comes to mind, and I know you were there as the observer.
Yeah.
Specific games comes to my mind, and there was a portion in that game where there was, in my opinion, a terrible decision.
Can you tell me the game?
Pat's in the
Over
outside
in
competitions last year against a crowd from Meath,
Oh, yeah, over in Pat's, yeah. Yeah.
and you were.
I never heard
what's-
this story now.
What, well, I'm not going to name any names, right?
Yeah.
But what's the feedback there? And obviously, you knew it was a bad decision, right?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you pull him aside, like. I pulled the referee aside after it.
Yeah.
Went over to talk to him at the back of his van or car.
Yeah.
And I said to him, look, in my opinion, I can't tell him that he was wrong.
Yeah, because you can't change it.
No, you can't change it, but I
Yeah.
can't tell him he was wrong. All you can say is, in my opinion, I thought this is the way that should be handled or this is the way that should be dealt with. That's all you can say.
Coaching is the same, Jim. Sorry to cut across you. When you're coaching a session and a player does something that you're not trying to do, you can't tell him he's wrong either.
Yeah.
It might be better if you do it this way.
Yeah.
That's the wording you have to
Yeah,
use.
that's
Isn't it?
exactly,
It's the same.
yeah. It's all politics, like.
Yeah.
And when I put down on his report that night that I thought he was a little bit excessive or I didn't think he was strong enough, in my opinion, I had to put down, and I have to send the same report I sent to FAI to him
Yeah.
for him to read. And when over the whole year, I only got one in the back. One of them was questioned.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that through
And not by the
negligence?
FAI, by the referee.
Yeah, but is that through referee negligence, saying or whatever?
No.
Or do you think that you got spot on?
I got it spot on.
Yeah.
Because everything I put down, because what you do is you bring your notebook like that, and any instant you do, you write it down. You write down the time.
Mm.
You write down what he said, his attitude towards what he done, whatever the case may be. After a while, you don't need that book. But first year, you need that book because you can see what's going on. Like,
Yeah.
and you have notes, further notes back down the line. If he questions something, so look, in the 67 minutes, or you went over and you were laughing and jogging on the sideline when the ball was being thrown on the far sideline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is what the referee picked up on me. You know what I mean? A player went into the box in front of me, and I swear to God, he was a salmon. He dived so far into the box from outside the box. It was an absolute joke.
Penalty.
And
Is
I
that the
stood
incident
there,
you're talking about?
and the referee wouldn't know. It's not. No, this is a different one.
No, it's a different one.
And the referee looked over at me, and I just done that. In other words, it wasn't a penalty. Like, didn't ask me, or didn't point to the spot. Gave the penalty.
Yeah.
Right, goal was scored. The way team went ballistic, and understandably, Paul John, I'm not telling you a word of a lie, not 12, 13 minutes later. Exact same thing.
Another penalty. Same
player.
Wow.
Same player. And I put it in the report and gave it to him. I didn't think, I thought two of them, one of them was a foul, the other one wasn't a foul, the other one was a dive into the box and whatever it is, and rang me and questioned me on it.
I use that game as an example that I'm talking about. And again, I'm not trying to slay anyone, right? Genuinely not. But I'm trying to think of it from your point of view as the observer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it must be quite hard, Jim. Not saying that you were the perfect referee, right? You were a good referee, but no one's perfect at it, right? 'Cause we're all
Absolutely
human,
not.
right?
We all got things wrong.
But what I'm trying to say is, from an observer's perspective, and that game specifically, I'd be thinking, how could he look at that? Like, how could he look at that? Observe the ref, take him out, and give him feedback, and not get rid of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like-
Podge, live in the real world, you can't get rid of them.
I
For the simple
exactly, I
reason
know.
We haven't got enough.
But I know this. Yeah,
Secondly, everyone makes mistakes.
absolutely. Yeah.
100%. Like you said a minute ago, none of
Yeah.
it's perfect. Thirdly, you have to remember where he's standing on the pitch, where you're standing on the pitch, and where I'm standing on the pitch.
Mm.
9 times out of 10, he'll see something completely different than you'll see.
Yeah.
Or Pop will see on the other side of the field, or I'll see behind the goal.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's all different. It's all about angles and
It's perspective as well,
yeah,
isn't it?
everything about that. You know what I mean? On that evening, it was clear and obvious.
Yeah.
As far as I could see, it was
Yeah.
clear and obvious.
Yeah.
Right? But again, that was only my opinion.
Mm.
And in my opinion, the referee is always right. Don't ever forget that, lads, because he carries the can for everything.
Yeah.
Referee is always right. So I had to break it to him that I thought whatever, and he turned around and he says, well, from where I was standing, and I said, that's fine, perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No problem
Yeah.
with it. From where you're standing, I couldn't tell him he was wrong.
Yeah, no, I get that as well.
You know, only I
But
can't tell him he was wrong.
It's the, like, that night it escalated.
Go hand, like.
Do you know, and I'll hold my hand up. I was brutal.
Oh, there was a lot. It was 3 or 4 come
Do you
on.
know, it-
And he was approached at the
like-
back of the car.
Yeah, do you know?
I remember
referee was?
Yeah, I had to run him.
Yeah.
Not the referee, no. The boy that came over to him.
Yeah.
I had to run him.
It escalated.
Because your man was listening to him. The referee was listening to him. I
Because
said,
of the
"You
incident
don't
on the
listen to
field.
Yeah, well,
the performance.
but the incident. See, here's where you're coming from if a coach, manager, whatever. Incident adds to the result, right?
Yeah.
Especially in a negative sense. So losing a game is going to escalate things, regardless of who the referee is. Like, you're going to have a go at him, regardless, because you felt like you've been wrong. But we don't think, like what you said, we don't think about the position where referee is. We don't think of what the referee's seeing.
No, but it's human
Do you
nature
know?
to see what you
But
see.
This is what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, it's
Do you know?
human nature for you to see what you see.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, again, the referee is running. He's watching 8, 9 lads. But he's also trying to watch the ball. He's also trying to watch that that's coming from 15 yards away to come in with that sliding tackle.
Yeah.
He's also watching your man that wants the ball in behind the defender. Is he offside?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has so much to watch. So therefore, you will miss something in a split second. I've missed. I have to be. You're talking about referees having bad games. I'll give you the perfect example. In 26 years, I had to ring Mick Welch, the Observer, once to tell him I had a bad game.
What was the game?
The game was Critty Yard in St. Felix in Division 2 up in Critty Yard. I was at the in Parkville and Burn Celtic that morning, and they were hocking one another. Great game. Tough out the door game.
Derbyshire, yeah.
Went up to Critty Yard, spilling rain. Nobody wanted to be there. The pitch was soft, and it was playable. To be honest with you, if it hadn't been, I was in my car and gone home.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Had an absolute nightmare. One chap got his nose broke.
Lovely.
One of the Critty Yard lads swung around, caught a chap on the nose. No, it wasn't a red card. It was just an accident.
Yeah.
But it was still a free kick. If you understand what I'm saying to you. Didn't blow it. Get up with that over that. He's just moved into you. Whatever. Felix were winning 2-1 with about 2 minutes to go. Critty Yard keeper came out, slid PJ on, turned him over.
Right.
Didn't get any ball. And I said he did. Don't ask me why. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It was one of those days. And of course, when I blew the final whistle,
What was his final score?
2-1.
Felix.
They came at me like as soon. No, 2-1 to Critty.
Don't want to Critty.
Felix would have been equalised 2-1.
Yeah.
They came at me like as soon. I'm 100% right.
Yeah.
I had an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Got into my car, put my phone on Bluetooth, rang Mick Welch. I said, Mick, you're going to get a complaint. I'm after having a stinker. Well, he says, that's the first time in 18 or 19 years you've ever rang me to tell me that. Well, I said, I'm telling you now, there's going to be complaint after complaint. He said, that's fine. If you had a bad game, we all had bad games. I knew going on. I was upset. Be honest with you, I was upset the first time I ever had to ring in. Now, I didn't always have good games.
Yeah.
But it was the first time I had a shit game.
You knew you got everything wrong.
I knew I got it wrong. I knew in my own heart and soul. I couldn't name 5 things I got right in the game.
Yeah, but I tell you, that's a segue into the next question. When I did my B licence, there was a referee's portion in it, where the top referee from the top referees over the FEI used to come down. It was for half a day and do a course.
Yeah.
And he ran a video, right? And he ran a clip, and he ran it for 3 seconds, and he stopped it. And it could be a tackle. And he goes, okay, what was it? Was it a free? If it's a free, was he booked, yellow or red? What do you think?
Asking the coach.
Asking us.
Right.
3 seconds or less.
That's what we get in our exams.
And he's not one of us got it right. It was a free yellow card,
Whatever,
yellow card. But you're looking at it. It's like boom.
Yeah.
It's gone.
That's what it is.
Make a decision.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can. I know VAR is there now, right? But that's not
Yeah,
related
but
to us.
it's just the worst thing ever in soccer.
But you can't let it go. You can't let it go for 10 or 15 seconds.
No.
And say, actually, lads,
And bring it back.
You know, that wasn't your throw.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's the decision making is so. I find that like ridiculous. How quick you have to be. Boom.
Lord of mercy and poor old Ned Kelly. Ned Kelly.
Ned, Spurs fan. Great man,
Absolute gentleman.
Yeah.
Ned Kelly came in to me the day after refereeing the Leinster Junior Cup final. I'm a liar, it wasn't the day after. It was the Wednesday after. I was delivering bread over in the Cannelins in Craig. He stopped the car, stoned it in the middle of the road. Traffic behind him and everything. Got out, brought flags, books, a coin, 2 sets of kit, yellow and green kits. And he says, don't watch in your cup final, Jim. Absolutely fantastic. No problems with you whatsoever. There's no one I'd rather give these to than you. I have loads of them at home. All brand new, everything brand new in the cases and everything else. An absolute gentleman. And I said, yes, I know, are you sure? He says, take the whole lot. He says, I wouldn't let anyone else carry to wear them on you.
He's
I still have them.
gentleman.
Still have them at home. Following Sunday, I was refereeing in St. Pat's and he came in. He says, well, I didn't get a chance to say it to you. He said, Jim, he says, that day, last Wednesday, he says, there's one thing you should always keep in your mind. A fit body is a fit mind. If your body is fit, your mind is fit. So you're on, like you're saying, Podge, you're on the ball. If a fella will crease a fella in the box, and if you're standing behind him, he can't go up and say, "You didn't see it." You're standing behind him.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality I live to.
You're giving yourself a better chance, don't you?
100%.
Yeah, you're giving yourself a better
Ned Kelly
chance.
was the epitome of that. He was a fit man.
Oh, absolutely.
70 odd years of age. He was still running.
Absolutely. Yeah, and
He refereed me in the Roselands.
Roseland's home
Over in Grey,
home
yeah.
of soccer.
Yeah.
that's where I refereed my first cup final.
Yeah.
Roseland's.
In Roselands, yeah. Or my first cup final.
There was some
Division
soap
Cup
on
final.
Ah, that's the Youth Cup final over there.
Do you know what it is? It had dressing rooms and it had floodlights. It was ahead of its time.
Yeah.
No, granted, the dressing room was a quarter mile away from the pitch. But it still had them.
You walk to a field, you get to a field.
That's right, yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Up along the track, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's great. To be fair.
I've one more question for you.
Okay.
Who's worse on the line, me or Popa? Honestly, no.
Jesus, have I got a coin?
To be honest, you can't have something easy, right?
You won't upset me.
No.
Jesus.
This is a match now. You have 3 seconds to make a decision. You can't do this.
Oh, I can. Plenty of time. Plenty of time when they were sending a lad over. You had to run over the line and get rid of him, or you walk over making up your mind. You give yourself time when you do this. I have to be honest, go with Popa. I think he was the worst of the
Thanks, Jim, I
week.
appreciate that.
Raging over him.
Yeah,
Only because it's you, Podge.
No, because I tell you the truth, I put my hands up. I wasn't
No,
great
that's-
sometimes though.
No, again,
And
we
I
go
tell you-
back to
but
the
I tell
same
you why I
thing.
do Jim in the sideline, and it's no disrespect to Podge. When I was on the sideline coaching the boys or managing, I'm kicking every ball with them.
Yeah,
As
I
if
say
I want to
do see
play.
it.
Yeah.
I want
do
to
see
play
it.
with them.
Yeah.
And like,
I was up
remember
there.
he made a statement at one stage, and he was late last year. We were struggling, and the ball was we were losing to 1 to Kilreed or something. And I sprinted off from the sideline to get the ball at the back, and I jumped over the fence. He said, "If I could run like that, I'd still be playing." Remember you said that to me? Yeah.
Well, what I will say about with lads is genuinely, it's every club has one. You know what I mean? Every club has someone that is going to aggravate you and torment you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it all comes down to lying, which is common sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to accept, which I don't, but you have to accept you're going to get a certain amount of abuse. I mean, one guy said to me one day on the pitch, "So we're paying you to take abuse." I said, "You're actually not paying me. You're paying me to referee a soccer match."
Yeah.
No, I said, at the end of the day, I said, I don't take it from you. I wanted to get plenty of it at home. I don't need it here.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
calm the
yeah.
hell down. But I will pick up on what you said here last week with Billy. Right. The only professional on the field is the referee. He's not.
Go on.
Referee's not professional. Right. Professional is a paid referee or paid. Right. Referee doesn't get paid. He gets paid expenses.
Okay.
Okay. Just to get that clear in case there's anyone listening.
So if we arrive down to our next junior game, we forget to pay the expenses, we won't get in trouble then.
Oh, you will. Referee's entitled to his expenses.
Right.
Is that what the official term is?
Yeah, it's expenses.
It's a
yeah.
fee though. It's
No,
an expense fee.
Expenses to cover his petrol, his car and tax insurance.
Jim, you don't get pleasure from walking up from JKL out to the Platts, Jim. You can run
How
there.
many times did I have to do that, Paul?
I'd hit that with a 3-wood.
So,
Berlin Slither.
But while you mentioned that actually, because what do you think of that statement?
What that?
That like,
You get
say for instance, again to go from a coach perspective, we've gone twice a week, coach teams, speak to a management team, get lads together, make sure lads are get physio, blah 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 blah. You have to come down half an hour before a game, and at the end of the game, you get the envelope.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The law now clearly states you get it before it.
Oh, before it.
Before it.
Yeah.
The law clearly states your first thing you do when you go to but the law is the first thing you do when you go to a soccer match is you go and you hand in your match card. The match card has to be handed back with the match fee. Second thing you do is you go and you inspect your pitch, your nets, everything. Third thing you do is you inspect the colours of both teams, whatever the case may be. You check the footballs, you make sure everything is in order there, and you get back your match card. And that's the last thing you do is you check your match card to see that it's properly filled in. Now, an unsigned match card is a null and void match card. So you get
From a manager.
so you have to make sure the manager, both managers, has it signed.
Mm.
Right. So that's your preliminaries for the day done. Until you go start your counter 1 to 11, both sides of the pitch, get your 2 captains, your toss your coin, then your match can proceed. Right.
Yeah.
Then when the match is over, you obviously, if you're on your own, you get back your flags. Make sure you get back your flags or whatever the case may be. You don't go looking like some referees do to shake hands with lads. If lads want to shake hands, they'll come to you.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
The final whistle blows. You're on the edge of the D.
Yeah.
You're supposed to walk to the centre circle, is
You're
it?
not supposed
To get the ball.
You're not supposed to. Well, the ball is not
Ball
going to be on the
but you go to the
anyway.
centre circle. If they want to
Yeah.
come to you, it's
It's up to you.
Yeah.
We had a referee where he went looking to shake hands He was at the booking a fella 3 minutes before, and your man, he went over to walked over to him to shake hands with him.
I'll tell you the best one ever.
And your man went to hit McLean him out with a box like.
Did he?
Jim.
Yeah, and you don't do it, lads.
We had a ref come into a dressing room after a game and point a finger at a player and say to him, I could have sent you off today, you're very lucky. And turned around and walked out. That's a true story.
Yeah.
Jelly, pointed at Jelly, I could have sent you off today, you're lucky, and walked out.
That's wrong.
He's there.
Isn't that wrong from a referee though, to do that?
No, 100%.
Just frauds. The
But you
dressing room
see-
just frauds.
I have to be honest, I said, that's the mentality of some referees, that when they get power, or you get power is a terrible thing.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a terrible thing. And a referee has the power to do anything he wants to do for 90 minutes. You know what I mean? He could send you out the field for nothing. I heard him cursing at me. You might never curse at him, but he'll go into his report that you cursed at him. He has that power. Now, I won't say, don't say referees ever do it, but that's power mentality, like. And they can threaten you. You open your out to me, I'll get ready down to the car park, like. You know what I mean? Again, you use that term with certain players because it's the only term they understand. But you don't use it with the ordinary fella that's out for his game on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's only out for his game on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
But there's something else I've just not, when we went back to what has changed or whatever the case may be. I mean, the facilities and everything obviously has changed. But now if you line up 11 lads on a Sunday morning or 22 lads on a Sunday morning, you won't smell drink. When I started out, you'd be intoxicated.
Oh, you would be
smelling-
Latin in it, yeah.
You'd be intoxicated.
I would never
on a
even,
Sunday
I would
morning.
never even contemplate that. Because in my time in it,
no.
there was never drinkers.
Oh, when I started refereeing,
No, I played
you'd be lads
fell out of the foundry
buckled.
half 2, 3 o'clock.
Go ahead.
Back to the
Buckled.
party, 5:30, get up. Someone pick you up, 9:30, up you go, 10 o'clock, pick you up and warm up and you're rotten and drink, but you, and then you go play
Yeah,
the match,
you
go drinking again, 2, 3 o'clock.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
what you would
It was rotten
see
in it.
more at matches now is weed. The smell of weed.
Oh, well, you won't see that with me,
Genuinely,
anyway, that's for sure.
That's genuinely at a lot of Premier matches. You can smell it on sidelines. Lads, you know what I mean? It's that they're taking over from alcohol, like.
So they don't really go out to price a drink, they're at home, whacked out their heads, ain't
Price
it?
of drink is right. That's all from me, Poppy.
No. I just want to be curious.
Yeah.
Two things for you. Who's in the game in the Oscar Traynor final left?
The AUL from Cork and the AUL from Dublin.
Who won it?
Cork.
And who's in the final in the Leinster Junior Cup?
Cherry Arthur from Dublin and Freeburgs. Kilkenny.
What year was that? 2008?
It was 8 or 9.
Who won that?
Spurs won a penalties?
Who won penalties?
Who's in
Was that
penalties?
that
Yeah.
game, yeah.
I sent a guy off.
What's the greatest team you ever refereed? To say, just that's some
Oh
team.
my God.
Just before we go, I have to throw that one in there.
Oh, yeah, throw it in there, Paul.
Not Oscar Traynor though, Jim. Club. In regards to the way you were treated, did you go to an outside game and say, "What a setup this is"?
The
team-
I'm going
the
to be
team
honest
play
with you,
fantastic
The best one I ever went to was a team, and I genuinely can't think of it over in Athlone.
Willow Park.
Willow Park. Yeah.
We went over to Willow Park one
Yeah.
day. A man met us at 1 o'clock. He never left our side, apart from when we were refereeing, until 5 o'clock that evening.
Yeah.
We were brought to the hotel. We were given a three-course meal. Our money was in the dressing room with a man standing beside it. There was drinks, apples, bananas, everything in the dressing room. There was soaps in the showers.
Yeah.
And I mean, Willow Park was a bog.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
was just moss.
I played in it.
Yeah.
Absolute
I played in it,
moss.
yeah.
But regardless of being looked after, Willow Park just absolutely
Yeah, they
were dynamite. Like,
Yeah.
there was no messing. And they got bet that day, and they still looked after us like kings. Like, so they did. To be fair, we
There's
got a letter.
two clubs up there. Is there St. Peter's?
Peters, Willow Park. Willow Park would be a massive club.
Yeah, we got
That's
a letter of recommendation and all from the referees branch from Willow Park, saying we'd be welcome back anytime.
Yeah.
Up there, and they got bet.
Who do we play in St. Pat's? Who about us in St. Pat's? Willow Park.
Peters, I think, bet you in St. Pat's. The
Then it was
Hanover team.
Yeah.
I think he bet Willow in that journey.
Yeah. I remember
Down in
walking into the
Athlone.
bookie office and the girl behind the counter was like, "Oh, you're the last from Carlow." he played Willow Park 12 years ago,
Yeah.
and the hockey just 11-1, and they did.
Yeah.
And the manager or someone on the sideline recognised me in Blackjack. He says, "He's still going." No, I'm not saying 12, maybe 9 years.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Yeah." He said,
But even that day,
the
we
only two
were up
lads I
there.
recognise. And your mum was laughing at us. She said, you can get whatever you want at odds on us. 50-1 to bet the boys or something. We bet the boys that day.
Yourself, Jerry
Ian Blackjack
Cosgrove
straight back into the
and
bookie office.
yourself, Jerry Cosgrove and Jerry Sullivan had to go up that day, and had a blackboard on the side of the pitch with the odds.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
With the odds.
It's some-
Yeah.
I tell
They're
you-
running their own little
Bookies.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, the bookies was We said the
It's
pictures
right
here.
beside it.
And
Oh,
the
is it?
pictures
Beside it,
2
yeah.
doors down.
Bookies,
Yeah.
I remember that.
It was a Bookies.
We went to
and
go back into the Bookies,
The odds
yeah.
was on it, and
Yeah.
everyone was going in and out and in
Yeah.
and out. And if a goal was scored, you could see 25 lads
Yeah.
running off the sideline down.
It's great,
Very good.
isn't it?
Yeah. Johnny Jones had the game of his life that day, and I think he got sent off then and missed the semi-final. Him and the lad he was marking, just consistent fouling each other, but it was a battle.
So you bet Willow Park in the quarters and then played Peters in the semi.
On the warmest day of the year.
Yeah.
Like playing soccer in a microwave it was, Patch.
Yeah.
I don't want to pats, and not miss me. That was the famous statement. 1-0 never won a game.
Was that?
Yeah. Or no, it's either that one or let's put it into perspex. Yeah.
But just to finish, you asked me there earlier on, what's the greatest game. I have to be honest, the best thing I ever done in soccer was the 2003 Special Olympics.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What was the
100%.
standard like, Jim?
Brutal.
Oh, was it?
It's a Special Olympics badge.
I know, but sometimes
You know what I
the
mean?
standard's not
It
so
started
bad.
at grade 1 and went up to grade 17.
It's just it's
Right.
football for all kind of job.
So grade 1 was lads that couldn't read or write or whatever the case may be. You could be very good soccer players.
Yeah.
Grade 17 could be poor chap with epilepsy or...
Yeah.
Was it just a
Crispy
game or
Brown
was
syndrome.
it in the final? With referee? Was your own soccer games obviously?
Oh, it was a tournament.
Tournament
Oh,
throughout the day.
small sided
Oh,
games.
the countries. Oh, yeah, 5 and 7 aside,
Okay.
yeah.
Were you part of the parade?
Sorry?
Did you get invited to the parade?
No.
No.
No, we were...
Muhammad Ali was there.
We,
wasn't he?
Yeah.
we were going... We had the opening ceremony on the Saturday in Croke Park.
Or the ceremony, even, not the parade. Yeah.
And we got presented with 3 Carlo jerseys, GA jerseys, outside Clink. Because we were representing Carlo, right? So myself,
Soccer
Brian
referees.
O'Reilly and Mick Salter were the 3 referees. The only 3 referees of Carlo to go up. We went up anyway. Like I said, we had to go to courses beforehand how to deal with these special needs kids and everything.
Yeah.
2 Saturdays in a row, 2 weekends in a row. And I was working night work at the time, going to work at 2 o'clock, finishing at 6, straight up to UCD in Dublin after it. Like, for 10 days.
Yeah.
Belfield.
But, we went up to Croke Park on the Saturday. The day they opened the 3% of Carlo jerseys on. This car pulled up beside us, and 4 lads in the car. Hey lads, he is lost. Them jerseys haven't been seen since 44.
Jesus. What an occasion to be involved in that.
Huh?
What an occasion to be involved in.
Yeah.
I swear
I'd say it was
to
very
God,
humbling,
lads,
Jim, was it?
Sorry?
I'd say it was very humbling.
I have to be honest, and again, I only spoke to a lady yesterday about this. In my lifetime, I didn't really respect what people go through with kids
Yeah.
until I done a Special Olympics
Yeah.
in 2003. I mean, there was a guy from America, 18 stone away, trying to play soccer. God love him.
Yeah.
For some reason, he took a dislike to me. Followed me into the dressing room, stood outside the dressing room for me to come back out. Took 3 men to pull him away, like,
Wow.
wanted to kill me. For what? Papa died, man. Go
Yeah,
out that
I know.
door, I don't know.
See, his disability
It's
could be
yeah,
that he's so passionate
whatever it
about
was, anyway.
Do you know
It
what
just
I mean?
took a
He's
terrible dislike to me. And I started to pick up on what people are going through, right? And then my own sister's grandchild had spina bifida and she
Yeah.
had an operation and she ended up in a wheelchair. And we ran a benefit night for her and the whole lot. And you see what they were going through.
Yeah.
Now I'm actually driving a minibus with disability kids,
Yeah.
and you're dropping them home every evening at 4 o'clock, and their parents have to deal with them again until 8 o'clock in the morning till I pick them back up again. You just don't. It opened my eyes. 2003
It's a true
opened
statement,
my
Jim. Your
eyes.
health is your wealth, isn't it?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
and I
that's
say the
simple as
same
that.
thing as I said to
Yeah.
everybody. If you find healthy children tonight, you go home and give them a hug. and
Yeah, yeah.
respect what you
Yeah,
have, because
yeah.
if you're dealing with what I seen in 2003,
It's very hard.
It'll break my heart.
Turns your life upside down.
Absolutely
yeah.
break
Yeah,
my
you have
heart.
to-
like.
But-
huge admiration. Like I know they do. They don't get paid for that.
But
It's their love, but
like even on
fantastic
that
people.
Special Olympics, like to give them a platform.
Yeah.
Like you're talking Olympics here, right? We're not talking
No.
Kennedy Cup. We're not
No.
talking.
No.
Do you know what I
It's a
mean?
world.
Yeah.
You're
You're
talking
talking
Olympics here. So to
Muhammad
give,
Ali.
yeah, it's what all the boys.
Oh,
are at, yeah.
everyone, every world star in the
all the
world
boys,
was
as if
at
I
it,
know
like.
them, huh?
Yeah.
All the boys are at, as if I
Well,
know them. But to give them a platform
Mhm.
and to have it in this country, in this country's capital,
Yeah.
and to have every country,
all over the world.
to come in,
And
like,
countries
that's massive.
coming and staying in Loughlin Bridge and staying in Palatine and staying.
Yeah.
I mean, a different country staying all
Do you have
over
any
the country.
memorabilia?
Like, sorry?
Any memorabilia from it?
I have everything.
Mementos.
I have my jersey, I have my T-shirt, I have my socks, I have a Knicks, I have my card, I have all little medallions that you swap with other countries.
Brilliant.
That is
Absolutely.
unbelievable.
Brilliant.
We presented from the Carlow League with trophies from that. We have the DVD of all the opening and closing
Wow.
ceremonies and
It's like
different.
It's like you said, Podge. It's like you're talking about the Olympics is the world stage.
Oh, that's
like
what I
you're
mean.
talking about the lead, the
It's
ring
the
bearer.
Mecca.
The ring bearer there is
Yeah.
possibly Muhammad Ali is probably the most famous sportsman of all time.
He went around Croke Park in a go-kart, a golf cart.
Yeah.
And I was probably from here to the front door, away from him. And he was sitting, he was down, like I said, down below, going around in the car.
I love him.
Huh?
Loved
He
him.
got
Do you know what they say? He has Irish roots, you know that? They do, yeah. They say his ancestor Clare. No, I'm not going to Popa. Come on, we're not in the front bar and Greg on a few pints. You know what I mean? This has been recorded, brother. No, they do say. Look it up. They say he has ancestral roots in the Clare.
I think anyone that was American has roots in Ireland.
Yeah, well, that's
They probably do.
Yeah, family.
Go to the fixtures.
Yeah.
The 35s. Friday night, Highview and Carlow Rovers.
Carlow Rovers been missing a few.
Yeah, Division 1. Was Gannon that playing from Harley?
No, he was league semi-final.
Yeah.
And they got paid by Broderick was on the sideline. He didn't tug out. He wasn't tugged out. He could have been carrying injury. He want to sharpen up. He's only rapid, so thank God he's on the sideline.
Killesh and Slaney Division 2, Felix Bagnestown Division 2, Burn Celtic Parkville Division 2 as well, and then Evergreen and Cretty Yard. Carnew and Pats. That's their Friday games.
That's the following week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this
week. It is actually. I'm skipping ahead. Sorry, lads.
There's glasses in your head, Pop. Put them on.
I haven't got the glasses.
Okay,
that's the problem.
sorry, bud.
So Friday night, anyway, Division 1, Friday night. Chris, edit this, will you?
Yeah.
Evergreen versus Carnew, Hanover, Cretty Yard, Burn Celtic, Slaney, Felix, Killesh, Nerney, Moon, and Joseph's Dolman Celtic Division 3. Then St Anne's and Bagnestown Division 2 on the Saturday, Village and Ballymurphy. Yeah, and then it's the following Friday. Okay, thanks for stopping me there, Papa, because I would have went through every single fixture on the website here. Then the Carlow Cup final, Newark and Pats. What do you think? Who's going to win that one?
That's a tough call. Newark will always be obviously favourites.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good pitch. Both teams play proper soccer. You'd have to give the edge to Newark. Newark are defensively better than St. Pat's, but there is goals in Pat's. They're rapid up front.
They're young and they're fit.
Yeah. And
very,
you don't
very
want
fit.
Lord running at you.
To be a common
Dini
team,
Farrell,
like.
a clever player in the middle of the field. Lubo, a human being, like.
Yeah.
My God, he's like a fridge.
Yeah.
Just I believe, I don't think Pats will keep a clean sheet. I'm being dead honest.
Yeah.
I think if they do keep a clean sheet, I think they'll win the game, but I think they'll score.
But I think
there is goals. There is goals.
If
Pats.
an early goal,
it depends on the first goal. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I was down
at the league game. I was down at the league game, the 1-1 game, the decider for the league, and Newark were getting deeper and deeper in that game because of the occasion.
There was more in the line, Papa.
Yeah, because of the occasion.
Yeah.
This time it'll be a bit more freer. They'll come out and play.
Yeah.
But Pats didn't have Lord. They were missing a few players that night.
Yeah, we were short a few.
You know, so look, it'll be a very, very good game.
Final, it's 90 minutes.
You
have to happen. Anything can happen.
Do you ref any of the ones? Do you ref the one we Parkville beat us 1-0 up in? You did up in Newark, bet us 1-0 in the Carlow Cup final.
I did.
And we absolutely battered Parkville.
them,
And they had one corner.
That's right.
About 5 minutes into the game, John
glasses.
Farrell scored a header.
Oh, the winger with the glasses.
Yeah, what's his name?
Robbie put in the corner.
That's right,
John centre half headed it in.
Yeah.
And we
That's
battered
right,
them for the whole game.
Couldn't get past them.
Couldn't get past them. Best one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
These things can happen, you know.
So like I mean,
it'll be a good game. It's
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
now.
it's a really good game.
To it.
Yeah, it's.
I couldn't call it. I genuinely look. I'd be in Egypt to tell you that Newark, to say that Newark wouldn't be fair.
Newark has to be
I'm not in
fair.
Egypt,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't call it because the last few meetings have been
Close
tight
enough.
affairs.
Yeah, sure.
You
They
can't
drew twice this year, have they?
Tight and in the best in the Shield semi-final, but we crumbled.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, we crumbled in it. But
They'll have to stand up and be counted this week, Podge.
yeah,
What Newark have is
Because-
bundles and bundles of experience.
Oh, they do, yeah.
they do loads
yeah.
of it, yeah.
Youth has a lot to do.
It does, Jim, but I'll tell you this. If Pats were 2-0 up in 20 minutes, Newark won't panic.
Yeah. Newark won't panic. No.
They won't panic.
We were
They
two
will
up
go
on
to get one back.
Yeah, they will
Like-
go through the same avenues
Yeah.
as they always go through and get runners in behind. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
to make you turn, and you're in an uncomfortable position as a player that you're not
That's when
normally
you
are.
make mistakes.
And bang, the
Yeah.
goal goes in.
That's where you
And
make
they are the
mistakes.
best team in Carlow at building.
Well, I'll be
straight away.
honest with you, Papa. Like, and I've seen a lot of teams in Carlow play, a lot of good teams in Carlow play, including your Hanover side, Damien Luck's Cretty Yard side, even the Pat side I have, and they're all able to play. I look at this Newark team. I can see them being good enough to keep a ball for 75 minutes of a game
100%.
without giving it away.
Yeah,
And they played Parkville in the cup final 2 years ago in Killesh, and Parkville went 1 up, I think. And the walk literally kept the ball for the rest of the game, about 3 or 4-1.
Craig never kicks it long. Drops it at Dotsy or drops it at Skinner and let's play.
Yeah, the possession,
let's play.
the complete possession football.
It's unbelievable.
Within 3 or 4 passes they're out.
Yeah.
The wingers come in, the fullbacks go over outside.
And there's no running and racing. It's just all patience and patience.
It's like a game of chess. They'll leak you out, and like Popa said, their winger will come off the side. He'll drag a fullback in only that 2 or 3 yards to give the fullback for a walk, arriving late into that space, and you're caught, right? You know, they're capable.
And it's not, you're not talking about like the fullbacks can deliver the pass.
Oh yeah,
like you're not saying it's the defender in the attacking position.
It's
as good as like if Dickie gets it, it's the proper ball. If Dylan Kitely or Luke Ram or whoever gets it, it's a proper ball in.
Yeah,
like you talk about the Chappaqua Player of the Year, Ray Byrne, massive fan of him. Right, he's probably the most technical player in the group. But he epitomises the New York team for his work rate. I seen him running against Critty Yard in the semi-final for winning 1-0, and he must have ran 40 yards. He lost the ball or gave away the ball, whatever it was. Just to sum him up, he must have ran 40 yards back. The left back was about to cross it up the line or pass it up the line, and he got the cross and knocked it up for a throw, and he got up and gave a fist bump. And I was like, that just sums up.
Yeah, he's granite.
You 7 or 8 of them in your team.
He's brilliant.
You're home and dry.
I love people like Rayburn. Love him.
Love lads that work hard.
I think I'll tell you what is, whoever's playing left full is in for a proper shift. He won't give you a second.
Well, look, it'll be good, and I hope I'm not going to like them. I hope I'm sitting down here with smiling my face when we're recording next week.
Best of luck to both teams.
We'll see how it goes. Jim, again, thanks very much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
Pleasure,
It's great to get an insight and perspective from a referee, especially a referee with your own experience. You probably should have got referee more than 5 times a year this year, though, should you? Or you probably should have got referee of the year more than 5 times. Well, 26, not a great ratio. 1 in every 6.
Politics.
I'm only joking. That's it another week, lads. Thanks very much for listening. Again, thanks, Jim, coming on as always. Give us a follow. The support and feedback has been excellent. Any more insight or anything you want us to do, if you want someone to come on or whatever, give us a follow on the socials, drop us a line. For me this week, that's a wrap. Thanks very much. Popa.
Over and out. Thank you.
Best of luck, lads.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.
Bye bye.